And that's what they do. They chase storms. And it can create it's a dangerous situation sometimes. So please, for us that are here watching this Facebook Live, please don't try to get on the road to look at this, okay? It is, let me give you the updates here. This tornado warning is until 7:45. So is a severe thunderstorm warning. This tornado is not on the ground right now. Now, that is from what Cal can see. But the storm is more than likely still rotating a bit, although the last photos and video that I saw was showing that the storm was being cut off. Tornadoes like this, especially this particular one, can get cut off pretty quickly. Now, what we have to be concerned about is, will it recycle? Take a look at this. This right here, you see this? So you've got an inflow going into it, and you've got yourself what on radar would be still a what's called hook.
From the Storm Team Weather Lab,
okay.
This is a KAMC Severe Weather Advisory.
Okay, we're going to go on just for a little bit, get you back to your basketball game in its entirety. Just chatted, and for you that are with us on Facebook, going to repeat what we've talked about, so just bear with us. Our Storm Unit 2 is out there. We do not see, with Kyle, we do not see the tornado on the ground, if you will. In fact, when you use the word tornado, that means it is on the ground. So we don't see a tornado right now. We don't see a funnel. We do see a rotating wall cloud, but there's also rotations, and this whole storm is rotating, and that's called a mesocyclone. So the mesocyclone storm is rotating, and there's a wall cloud attached to it, but it's not getting low enough to get to the ground. But do you see this? This is what's called on radar, and it's been called this way for years. This is called an inflow notch and a hook. And when we see a hook echo, even with this radar, it's possible that the inflow is helping to create another spin down. And unfortunately, the unit that we have on this storm is in an area where communication's tough. If you live in PEP, all right, here is Littlefield, right here. You see that? That's Littlefield. This storm is turning to the right. Let me show you what I mean. The storm was developing and moving toward the northeast and up across northern portions of Cochran County and made a sweet right, quick right toward PEP. And that's when we had the tornado genesis. Now, when the storm begins to unwind, it may wobble again and go a little bit closer to Littlefield. This is why we're advising you that live in Littlefield or the Littlefield area to please know your tornado safety rules. And I think we can get those popped up here in just a minute on what you need to do. For you watching on KAMC, we'll get you back to your basketball game in its entirety. On KAMC Facebook page, we will continue to do KAMC Facebook page. Stay with us on that. So here are your tornado safety rules, and you can read them. Stay away from the windows and doors. Shrapnel, glass, you don't want to be close to that. You can get to the basement, or if you don't have that, well, then you have your closet. You have your bathroom. You can cover yourself with mattress, blankets, and pillows, all right? And do not be outside in this event. Seek shelter in a reinforced building. It's any building with four walls around it and no windows. That's the best place to go. Obviously, outside, you want to get as low as you can. And if you're driving, don't try to outrun a tornado. Okay, that's what we want you to do with the storm to the north of us. It is, by radar, it is showing some signs of decreasing. That's normal. Storm, when it starts winding up and producing a tornado, that's more at the end of a supercell lifespan, not the beginning. But it doesn't mean that it can't reinvigorate itself as it moves away from its present course. I'll tell you something else that this storm is doing, is producing extremely heavy rainfall. And a lot of those roads out there, I know for a fact 214 is a highway you don't want to be on in heavy rain. I mean, you don't have much but asphalt and then dirt and mud. And yeah, there's the latest frame update, again, showing it more of a outflow-dominated storm. We still have this red, but still the heaviest precipitation and hail is moving across southern portions of Bailey County. For you in Muleshoe, the storm is real close to you, but again, it's looking and moving more toward the east into the northeast. I'm going to check this real quick to make sure that Kyle's not trying to text me, since he cannot. Yeah, I think this may be what he's trying to do. So let's see if we can get a hold of him. All right. Thank you for being with us on this information tonight, folks. Okay. Okay. So this is what we've got. I'm just getting this again from Kyle. What we have is that if there's a tornado, it's totally rain-wrapped or dirt-wrapped or dust-wrapped. But at this point, he doesn't see the larger tornado, which we will show you tonight at 10 o'clock. We've got some photos of it we'll be able to show you. But it is still moving toward the greater Littlefield area. And if you'll allow me to step off for 1 second, I'll pull this down just a little bit. And you'll be able to see for yourself where the main part of the storm is. Now, I'm also looking at our other storm units that are out when I walk over here. But here's Littlefield. Here's the storm. Let's pull it out. This is a large supercell thunderstorm. Really has developed rapidly. And because of it, because of the storm, producing a tornado and then hail, that's what we have. So you see it stretches all the way from Whiteface to the south, just north of Whiteface, through Morton. But here's the core of hail. Here's Littlefield. So again, from Sudan, Littlefield, Whiteface, right in this entire area here, you'll want to make sure that you know your tornado safety rules. Now, we're going to continue to watch this storm. I believe that we are going to be getting back. Sorry, Sandy, are we about to just go to Facebook, or are we still on KAMC? Okay, thank you. So for you that like basketball, we will keep that basketball game going for you. And we will break in to the game if necessary. But at this point in time, what we're doing is watching a very intense storm and a dangerous storm moving across the northern half of the South Plains. And I'm going to continue to look here for more information coming in. These are photos from Kyle. And all right, so here's what he just sent. Once again, and we just said this on the radar. We just said this on the air. Okay, so what I'm looking at is what he's looking at now. Since communication's not that good, he can still send some photos. So the mesocyclone, what's that? Well, mesocyclone is the storm that's rotating. A lot of times they just produce large hail. They don't produce a tornado. The mesocyclone, though, is a key ingredient in getting tornadogenesis. So it is increasing. So I'm looking at an increasing mesocyclone that's right about, here's Littlefield, it's right about here. Now this warning is going to be over with in about 3 minutes. The National Weather Service in Lubbock will make a decision as to whether or not to issue a tornado warning. But at the very least, we know that the storms, the whole storm, the whole thunderstorm is rotating. Not just the wall cloud where the tornado comes down, but the whole storm is turning. With that, it begins to regenerate itself. And that is exactly what I'm seeing coming in from Kyle at this time. So what we do know is that the touchdown of the tornado on the ground was short-lived, and fortunately, it was to the north of Morton. And that's fortunate. Now, here we go. And this is almost exactly what I'm looking at. Let me put this in my pocket. Well, it looks like a flying saucer, doesn't it? And it certainly should look like a flying saucer because it is rotating. And this is the storm in Bailey County, but that's the storm. This storm in Bailey County is this one. This is Bailey County right here. So Morton's still wrapped up in heavy thunderstorms. You folks in Morton are receiving strong wind, hail, but have to tell you at this point, this is just an intense thunderstorm, more than likely not associated with a tornado. I did use the expression more than likely. This, what you're seeing here, is this storm right here. Here it is. Can you see the circular in the storm? So the whole storm is rotating, and because the whole storm is rotating, then it can create a wall cloud on the back side of the storm, and that's where you get tornado genesis. That's to the west of Littlefield. Kyle is really getting me some good stuff here. Okay, so Kyle is out there with very little communication, but I'm also getting some more photos from Storm Chase. Okay, wow. Yeah, it's near Morton. All right. Yeah, Sandy, let me send this to you. This is a large tornado here, and I will send this to you, and then you can get that up for us. Okay, so that was from someone else that was out in Cochran County, and this is going to be an old photo that we're going to get you. Sandy, I'll send this to you. Also, is there any questions from people coming to us from Facebook? Okay. Good evening, everyone. We are live right now with a very impressive storm earlier this evening. Sandy, I just sent this photo to you, and we'll get it on the air. And we're getting a lot of we're getting okay, what? Lubbock's to the south of Plainview. So here we go. Here's Lubbock. Excuse me. Lubbock is to the south. So here's Lubbock. Here's Plainview. Okay? So Plainview is north of Lubbock. So any one of you that are people that live in Plainview, this is not impacting you at this time. Anyone that lives in shallow water, Abernathy, Olton, Amherst, is right between Littlefield and Sudan. So the folks in Amherst need to be in your place of safety. We don't know when this is going to cycle again, but I know this: we've got a mesocyclone rotating supercell here that's lightning constantly. This is a powerful thunderstorm, and luckily we've got streaming video from one unit, because that is That storm is what we're talking about. This one, take a look. You see it? And constant lightning, and the storm is moving eastward. But again, you can see for yourself the rotation right here, the circular motion of this. Well, if there's a tornado with it, it's going to be back in this region here, all right? And they're looking at all kinds, something trying to form back over here. So they keep moving the camera to that, but if there's a tornado with it, it's going to be on the backside of the storm as the moisture continues to flow into this. Now, it'd be nice if we could get a hold of Kyle, who's seeing this, but you folks in Littlefield know what to do. Now, take a look at this. Now, well, I'll text him to call in just a second. Take this storm here and take radar, okay? Here it is. Now go to the radar. Circular, big, boom, here it is. That's what we're seeing. That's what this is showing, is this. That's why, yes, Amherst is there. Amherst, Sudan. If I'm Sudan, Amherst, Littlefield, and I see the photos of the size of that tornado near Morton, I'm going to my safe place or preparing it anyway, because this one is moving right toward Littlefield. And if you will give me a second, I'll be able to get over and do a couple of things. One, text Kyle to call upstairs if we can get him. We've been losing communication with him. Okay. So my directors and producers are saying, hey, just stay off. Thank you. Roger that. All right, so that's good. So I can now begin to look at some of my technology. Okay. So I'm looking at the Littlefield sky view that's grayed out, and that's exactly what it should be. But this is the Littlefield sky view. You want to pull that up. Stand by. Okay. Going on the air, folks. We're going to go on the air on KAMC.
From the Storm Team Weather Lab, this is a KAMC Severe Weather Advisory.
All right, here we go. Right here. Still a very intense thunderstorm. Tornado warning has been extended until 8:15. And even though it could be rain wrapped, just talking to Kyle a few minutes ago, he said the base of the wall cloud was getting very low to the ground. They're going to keep calling this a tornado warning until this storm begins to lose its punch, and it's not doing it. Now, this Littlefield, and again, I would say Littlefield, Amherst, Sudan, you folks need to be in your place of safety, but not just there. Down south, back over toward Pettit, northwest of Levelland, you're in it as well. All right, so let me call you, a radio station, call me back, all right? Just 1 second. All right, so we're about going to do a radio update here in a second. So there it is. This is what it looks like. And boy, you can see the structure of this supercell. I haven't seen something like this in a long time. The structure of this supercell is exactly what you'd expect to see in a tornadic supercell thunderstorm. So it's really taking off, cross that boundary, cross that warm front boundary, and now it's recycling once again. Look at this area, large hail falling in southwest Lamb County, southeast Bailey County, and then wraps around in a hailstorm in Morton. And it is moving at this point in time toward the east. And so, and let me show you, I'm going to step out real quick. I have just a minute to animate this for you. I'm going to animate the system number 2, Anthony, and we'll be able to see it. 1 minute to go. Okay, so we're going to go system number 2, and let's go ahead and get this rotating. I'm going to take the lightning off, and there it is. Can you see that? Yes, it looks like the storm continues to turn to the right. It continues to turn to the right, and it's moving right. There you go. Perfect, Anthony. Thank you. So it's turned to the right and moving right toward Littlefield. So folks in Littlefield need to take place of safety. Now, we're going to get you back to your basketball game in its entirety. For those on Facebook, we'll keep you advised.
This KAMC Storm Team Weather Advisory is sponsored by Jones & Associates.